Hey everyone, welcome back. I am very excited to have with me today two of my friends and colleagues, women that I've been working on some fun stuff with for a while now. First, we have Tamara Frankfort Odinec, and she has spent the last 25 years at the forefront of technology and
Mhm.
marketing in various leadership roles, most recently as the founder of My Next Chapter, which is an expert-led platform and community for people going through every stage of divorce. And Sherry Joseph is a global brand marketing leader with extensive experience in digital partnerships and social media communications. And she is president and co-creator of My Next Chapter. Welcome to both of you.
Thanks,
Hello.
Kate.
Thank you.
It's so nice to have you back. Now, you guys were on the show a while ago, a few months ago, I
Yep.
guess now, talking about my next chapter. It was sort of in its nascency, and we were all trying to work out kinks. And to be totally
Mhm.
transparent, I've been working with you guys in an advisory role, and loving every minute of it. Um, so. So where are things now? Like you were
Yep.
first launching it, right? And there were obviously the beta version. And so how has it been and where is it all now?
Yeah. I mean, I can take this. So first, I mean, Kate, it's been so fun to work with you. When we did the podcast initially, we were just talking, and to be in it a little more extensively, formally, it's been amazing. Your like
Mhm.
input on emotional resilience and all your background is just so helpful to us. So yeah, we launched in May. We had our platform, which has articles and videos and scripts and templates, all expert led. As you said, we really focus on all aspects of divorce, legal, finance, mental health, coming at it from a new direction in the space, as we talked about then. And we've been just blown away by the response. We have now close to 1,000 members, founding members, women. We also have about 15% men at every stage of the process. We've learned a lot. I mean,
Mm.
going into it, I think our expectation was that the majority of people would be in the thick of it and really needing help with the core of their divorce. And many people are. But
Yeah.
we've also found that a lot of our other members are much earlier in the process and just trying to decide should they stay or go. And they want real tactical advice on that, not just emotional and wellness support, but they want to know what to expect legally and financially, and really at that early stage in the journey. And then, of course, we're also many of our members are also in that post-divorce life, establishing their identity, figuring out who they are financially and from a career perspective. So
Yeah.
it's allowed us to and really kind of expand our content to hit all the stages more thoroughly. We've also had a lot of interest in finance. I think just given the current climate, that's been a big piece. So we're leaning in there certainly.
Yeah.
Sherry, what do you want to add a little there
Yeah,
on learning?
that's exactly right. I mean, the biggest learning is that we found divorce isn't just one moment. It's this long emotional continuum.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm still been in the in it phase for a while. My divorce itself is still not finalized. And what we're finding is people are joining all the time and at all different stages of that journey. They're maybe curious to navigating the court system, mediation to whatnot, or embracing their next chapter or a combination of any of those. So,
Yeah.
with that, we wanted to make sure we did expand the content so that we had resources no matter the phase that they're joining. And I like to say it's like the sum of all our different stories kind of coming together or helping to inform the content, help one another, and help with the vibrant community that's
Mhm.
surrounding us and my next chapter. Because in addition to the resources and support with articles and videos, there's just vibrant community asking tons of great questions and sharing stories and insights that are really helping one another. We love that.
Yeah.
That's so good. I love that, you know, you guys are kind of this like kind of a powerhouse team here. You guys have moved this so swiftly and created something so really robust, like super robust. And
Thank you.
I think it's just amazing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people are
And
just,
as
they're
Shari,
craving that clarity and validation much more
yeah,
than advice too. I mean, they want to understand what's normal. They're not
Yeah.
yeah,
failing, just because it's hard and that, they're not alone in
Hmm.
this.
Hmm.
So
yeah. And I think just to Sherry's point on the community, it's also because we've been getting so many questions and input from the community, it's allowed us to evolve our
yeah,
content and platform based on that input. And I
Hmm.
think people are really, I think it's a good moment where I think a lot of people are thinking about making changes in their lives and transitioning and focusing on what they need to do to be happy. And they don't want to rush into those that they don't want to make, they want to make these big decisions very carefully and learn. And so we really try to cover everything, all the legal basics and emotional patterns and things that they can expect,
yeah, the
and
reminder to
help them.
breathe.
Yeah,
I feel like
exactly.
I've needed
There's a
that
lot on
reminder.
breathing.
Right. Yes. You mentioned that one of the things that people come to you about a lot, they're coming to My Next Chapter, which is sort of a divorce
Mhm.
support platform ultimately, right? But they're still divorce curious. They're still in that horrible in between where they're trying to figure out whether they should stay or go. Um, and you said that like a lot of them are curious, they really want to know about the legal and the financial, right?
Yeah,
Like, because that's
Mhm.
it,
yeah,
right? It's like, well, I need to know if my life on the other side, like, am I gonna, be living in a tenement, working, like, am I gonna get anything? Is my life gonna suck on the other side? Like,
yeah,
what else have you learned? What have you guys learned about that space of that gray area that people are in? And
yeah.
how does My Next Chapter support them in that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that first of all, it's a lot of people that are in this state of sort of marital uncertainty, should they stay or go? And there are a lot of questions. They know they're not happy in the relationship, but they have a lot of fears. How's it going to impact their children? Are they going to be able to survive financially, as you mentioned? And what we really encourage is people to, you don't have to make a decision right away or today. It's just taking the step to get curious, to learn about what it might mean to become financially independent. We have a lot of tools in Next Chapter around, can I afford divorce? What would that look like? What are alternative living situations like? How does the current financial climate impact that? We also talk a lot about kids and the impact of divorce on kids at different ages. A lot of people feel like they should stay for the kids, but actually a lot of research shows that it's even sometimes harder for teens or kids in their 20s when their parents get divorced. So
Right.
really having them understand, like, what is it? What are your fears? And how can we help them? How can we help you break it down?
Hmm.
And separate the fear from actually the clarity or what the reality is. And then to ask them, like, for those people who are really in limbo, like, if nothing changed, how would it feel for you a year from now? What would that look like? And I actually just had a call today with a member talking specifically about that. She's not ready yet, but she wants to get prepared.
Hmm.
And so we're helping a lot of our members do that.
Yeah. And the prep, how do you guys do that? How do you help people prepare in that way?
So, of course, in addition to the emotional support and sort of being able to stay in a situation where it might be high conflict or you might feel uncertain and uneasy, like how to just keep yourself centered emotionally, how to keep yourself centered around your kids. And then we have a lot of information on what you would need and what you should gather before you go to an attorney, before you go to a financial advisor, what you should think about
Hmm.
before you broach the topic of divorce. And we
Hmm.
have our like divorce prep survival guide, we have our financial checklist, our legal checklist. Those are some of the most popular pieces of content on the platform just for this reason. Like, people are like, wait, what do I actually need to get and know before I even get before getting divorced?
Yes.
Knowledge is power.
That's what I always say. They're so uncertain
Mhm.
and they're so scared, but the only way to get through that is to get the information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. We
absolutely.
also had introduced our premium membership in which you helped us to bring it to life truly and found that while we have all these great resources and community, sometimes people just need a little bit of help to get unstuck, to be guided exactly what resources would be most helpful to them at that moment. So they are matched with a coach, trained by Kate Anthony, and it's been super helpful because I mean I was talking to someone today, and the path that the journey that they're in now, they're in a state where they have to be separated for a year before they can actually start the divorce process, the filing process, which can be so frustrating. And we're talking through, they're at the point of putting a separation agreement together. And we're
Hmm.
like, oh, okay, great. I have checklists for you. You have to really think about the assets that you have. Here's, guidance. And then through their coach, they have access to all of our experts, our finance expert, our legal expert, our mental health expert, wellness, style, anything that may help them to get them unstuck at different points. So whether they're, chatting with us over a video call or texting because they need some real time support, they have that through their coach. And we could guide them as they need it and be that source, because so many just feel alone in
Yeah.
that moment. There's nobody else that they feel is like them in their circle, in their community, and they just want that companion,
Hmm.
support companion. And we've been helping to do that, and we've been really building out that membership, that component of my next chapter, which came from feedback of that need.
Right.
And we wanted to make sure we could. Divorce can be really expensive. I know my bills have been racking up, so it's like, how can
Right.
we maximize the time that they're going to have with their attorney,
Yes.
and provide them maybe the finance expertise that they don't have access to, or how to get the most out of the finance experts that they are reaching out to. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's the one-stop shop of it all is, I think, priceless. I mean, truly, because, you've got the legal experts and the financial experts, all of which on their own would cost thousands.
yeah.
And then, but then the other aspect of this is that you have this integrated emotional
Hmm.
work, right? And
Hmm.
you've got mindfulness, the self-regulation stuff, naming feelings, right? Which so many of
Uh-huh.
us struggle with. How do I
Yeah.
feel? I don't know. It's fucking awful. Like,
Yeah.
right? Like all of this. And so what have you seen in terms of like, how does all of the emotional work, right? Because a lot of people are like, I don't want to deal with the emotions. I want the answers. I want the money answers. I want the legal answers. But like when we guide them into the emotional stuff as
Yeah.
well to help them through that, how have you guys seen with the platform so far how that sort of might impact the outcomes that they have?
Yeah. Well, I think Sherry brought it up in terms of how we've evolved our platform and our offering to now include this premium
Mm,
membership, because we did hear from members that they're looking really for that more personalized support. And I think people, and Kate, I know you've experienced this in your work and you've shared and taught us a lot in this, that people are looking for someone neutral to talk to, right? Like their friends are biased, their family, they all come at it with their own perspectives. And to be able to like look at something with someone who's objective from like, is it a situation, is it a pattern? And what we found is that some people come in and they're like, I want that legal, I want that finance, but then they wind up talking about their husband or their ex and some of the emotional patterns and what that might mean and how they can regulate. And we really we found that, I had mentioned finance earlier, but in addition to that, our Dr. Mariana, who I know has also been on here, or will be
mm-hmm.
on here, talks about a lot about managing emotions, the harder emotions, and then also leaning into the positive emotions. And we talked about this last time we were together, but like entertaining those two things at once. And her videos on that and her tools on the emotions worksheet are also extremely popular on the platform. And people who
Mm-hmm.
download that download the legal checklist at the same time. So it's like it's
Yes,
having
right.
that, it's like, let me center myself and then dig in.
Mm-hmm.
And one
Right.
can't really exist. I mean, you can do one without the other, but you won't get the most of it. So
Yeah. And
Totally.
And we found that if they're using these tools that we have, and whether it's their coach or the tools we have on the platform, that they're able to communicate better with their lawyers, be a better co-parent if there are kids involved, even communicate better with their ex, which often means that there could be faster and calmer outcomes, which is key because even
Hmm.
it could feel like you're
Yeah.
just in it, and in a icky, uncomfortable stage for far longer than you want to be. So, the more that we can help them communicate better, it will help them feel like, okay, there's progress.
Mhm.
And progress means something different for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just
Yes.
pausing and not like being triggered to respond, whether it's live or via text, and using some of these tools, as Shari said, is that can change the game.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And, I always say we're making the biggest legal and financial decisions of our entire lives in the middle of the biggest emotional upheaval of our entire lives. And it's a terrible combination. So if we focus first on like settling that emotional dysregulation, we're going to get a lot further in, working through the other
Yeah.
aspects, the financial and the legal.
Yeah. And making
Yes.
clear decisions, like getting sort of the
Yeah.
all the noise away. Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Sherry, I am curious because I know that you have been navigating your own high conflict divorce in while you have been building this platform. Um,
Hmm.
have you found that ha have you found any impact on your own experience as you've been going through this? Like, have you learned stuff as you've been building this platform that you've then taken and utilized in your own divorce? And how's it all going?
Oh, absolutely. How's it going? It can be a loaded question, but absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
it's personal to me, everything that we're doing and the
Hmm.
resources. It's like they're tried and tested. I am the living reality, that so many other members can relate to,
Yeah.
and especially as it relates to, as you said, high conflict divorces. High conflict requires a different type of approach. And how you're navigating those relationships and communicating. It's like you can't reason with chaos. You need strategy and you need self protection.
Yeah.
And the tools that we have, are help do exactly that. I'm protecting my sanity. It's making me a better person in divorce, but I also feel like it's making me a better person in life. Like
Absolutely.
it's
Yeah.
it's how I'm
You,
managing all relationships too.
yeah. You get like divorces like boundaries boot camp. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
you can't learn and certainly high conflict, right? You can't implement those boundaries in one area of your life and then like not in others. I mean, you can, but the longer you do that, the more out of alignment everything feels, right? And you start to realize
Yeah.
like, oh right, that relationship actually mirrors my relationship with my ex and like what am I doing, right? Because often the same picker picked those people at the
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
time, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
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 Absolutely. I mean, I was like, co-parenting, how are you going to co-parent with someone that is so high conflict? And then I'm like, oh, wait, there's parallel parenting, and that's slightly
Mhm.
different. And like, focus on what you can control. And I mean, that just creating boundaries. So many of us in all aspects of our lives have trouble just creating boundaries.
Yep.
So I really needed support and help there. I
Hmm.
mean, even being in it, yesterday I was in an intensive settlement conference, which has been a theme throughout. And Tamara, I don't know if I told you this, but I had to phone a friend, and my phone a friend was our finance expert because all of a sudden it came up about, wait, if we, the power of negotiation, and if I traded a little bit of this for some of this, and this is like the last minute final stages of the divorce, and I'm like, am I thinking of this in the right way? Am I missing anything? And just having that advice and support was so helpful. So
Mm.
that's what we're trying to do for people with the coaching aspect of like that personalized. So I had my own coaching going
I love
on
that.
with
I didn't
that.
know. But Jamie
No, it
probably really
was
liked that.
Oh, it was
Great.
perfect. It helped so much. I'm
Uh-huh.
certified divorce financial analyst, and but just the resources he's provided on the site, and to have at your fingertips, helps to make sure that everything is fair and equitable. And I've learned that fair and equitable does not necessarily mean just 50-50. That was a very big
That's
learning.
right.
So we try
Uh-huh.
to
Hmm.
share our own experiences and insights, and also even this experiences of our members. If somebody shares something in the community, or within one of the coaching sessions that, maybe we don't have an exact article on yet, or we don't have a resource that, just wait, like that insight, like we got you,
Right.
with the help of our experts, that, new article or that video or that response in the community is then there waiting for them. It's been a very high touch, because we need it, like
Sure.
Yeah.
being in it while co-creating this with Tamara, and has been, such a therapy for me. I could be so
Good.
drowning in every aspect. And when Tamara and I were talking about this, I'm like, oh, it just brings me life.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
it's so true. It's
Yeah.
just like how critical the nervous system regulation really is.
Yeah.
You cannot
Yep.
make a rational decision when you're
Hmm.
flooded with fear.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I'm always like, Shari will update me. I'm like, breathe. And then can you write that down for an article? Because that's really good when after you breathe and get over that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it is. I mean, my entire business has been built on like started off with like what did I need to know and learn, as I was going through
Yeah.
it. And, and
Hmm.
now my content is always informed by what my clients bring to me, right? I'm like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah.
need to do a video on that, or I need to do an episode on that. And like,
Right.
100%, absolutely. And, so much of it is the psycho emotional, like it just is.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Um, so, you were just talking a little bit about the community aspect of this,
Hmm.
Sherry, and I think that, you know, and Tamara, you were saying too that like we are so uh, when we're going through this, first of all, we feel so alone, and we feel like we're the only one that's ever experienced X, Y, or Z. Um,
Hmm.
And, the benefit that we have sitting in our chairs is that we hear everybody's stories and you realize like everybody's going through the exact same thing. And so the idea of having this community where everyone can see, like they can actually talk to each other and be like, oh, no, no, no. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's totally a thing. They all do that.
Hmm.
Or,
Yeah.
that like
Exactly.
you're not, even if it's not around, something that he's doing or she's doing, it's around like something that I'm feeling, right?
Yes.
How have you found that the community's like really thriving and showing up for each other?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely for us the most inspiring part, and we're continuing to look at sort of more ways to get people engaged in the community and to talk to each other because as you said, the validation and just hearing from others that they've been there, they know what it's like. We have the benefit of having people like really early in the process, and then people who are later, like or in the middle of it, like Sherry, or in
Right.
later, like me. And so we're coming at it from all different perspectives. And I was just like looking at something on the community today where someone was talking about how they just told their kids. And then another member was like, oh my God, that was the worst day of my life. Remember that you're not alone. You're going to get over that angst. And just having that dialogue with someone who's been there to say, I get
Hmm.
you right now. You're going to be okay is huge.
Mm-hmm.
And then also we've been like hearing from I know gray divorce has been trending for a while, continues to because people are living longer and they're getting healthier and they're getting more financially independent. And there's definitely a group that's like, wait, I'm like, I was married for 30 years and now I know I don't have my person anymore, or the person that sort of gave me my identity anymore. What do I do? And then
Yeah.
other people chime in to say, like, yeah, I was there, I've been there, I'm taking this little step or that. And just the conversation in itself is just so motivating and
Mm-hmm.
compassionate and non-judgmental because like we've all been there sometimes when you're like trying to relate to others in your life who haven't been there or think they know it's like yeah you just don't get it so that
Oh,
part's huge.
right. Never take
Right, no,
divorce advice from someone who has never been divorced, or if they have, they didn't have the kind of divorce that you wanted, right? That you want to
exactly,
have.
but they
So,
love to
yeah.
give it though. Everybody thinks that
Oh,
they yeah, especially if
absolutely.
they're married then they know all about divorce.
Yeah, and they know all about dating too and how you should be doing
Oh
that.
yes, oh yeah,
Okay.
exactly,
Hmm.
exactly. We're in this divorce club, guys.
Don't you love it when someone who's been married for like 20 or 30 years like doles out advice on how you should be dating and navigating the dating landscape these
Oh
days? You're
yeah.
like,
Oh,
thanks a lot.
absolutely.
I'll
Yeah.
talk to Alyssa and
Right.
and Jenny,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Alyssa Deneen and Jenny Young. Those are
Yeah.
your people, ladies. My audience knows
Yeah.
this because you know.
Yes, they've been on here, and Alyssa's incredible. She's our dating expert on My Next Chapter, and I think she was what on like 200 dates before she found her person. So talk about it as someone who knows. And she was in a high conflict relationship and had a tricky divorce, so
Yep.
she
Mhm.
gets it.
She gets it. She does. She does. And just like little bragging rights is that Sherry and uh, Alyssa were both in my community years and years ago in
Yes.
my ill-fated Facebook group. But when they were
Which is very helpful. It brought us together.
Yeah,
And I
and
found
we got some
like-minded
good, and
people.
it might have been ill-fated, but we got some great learnings from it. Thanks to Kate from you and your input.
That's true.
what
100%.
to do, what not to do.
Right. Well, right. Exactly. I was able to pass on some like, okay, here are the pitfalls of running a large
Yeah.
community. Be careful. Yep, that's true. Okay, so Tamara, you're the queen bee of the next chapter. Um,
I'm trying over here.
you
Some
are
days
you're
I'm like, some days I am, some days I'm not.
listen, I get it. I get
Yeah.
it. What does designing like there's an intentionality when you talk about designing your next chapter, right? There's like when you
Yeah.
put it in terms of design, there
Yeah.
really is an intentionality around it. So what does that
Yeah.
mean for you in practice in terms of like how have you designed your next chapter?
Yeah. So, I mean, on our platform there, we have three stages of content, and one is like just getting informed and prepared. The other is moving forward strategically, and then the last one's like rebuilding with intention. And for
Mm-hmm.
me, after I got divorced, I was like, okay, what now? And I think a lot of people feel that. They're like, okay, I went through this really hard thing. I still am dealing with a lot that's difficult. And I'm a lot of people start dating really quickly right away, trying to look for the one or try to fill the hole with things that they might not make them happy, but just to sort of not be lonely. And
Yeah.
we really want to help people find ways to design sort of a new life. I mean, that sounds loaded and really big, but it actually can start really small, like to focus
Yeah.
on the little things, like setting, maybe you set a big intention, but then focusing on little goals to get there. So we actually have a goal setting worksheet that grounds that section that's focused on personal growth, physical health, mindfulness, social connection, even finances, which is a big one, even in post divorce.
Mm-hmm.
To really help members think holistically. What are some of the things I like to do a long time ago before I was married that I might want to try again? Like, what do I might want to achieve
Right.
financially? Like, who do I want to meet? It doesn't have to be a new significant other. It could be different types of people. And how do you set sort of small, tangible goals around some of these ideas? So, I mean, even for me, it was like the finance part became a big deal. And for dating, my whole approach has evolved a lot. I was that person in the beginning that was in such a hurry, and I was like, wait,
Yeah.
stop. Like, what do
Right.
I really want? And how do I think about dating with intention around my kids? And we've expanded some of our content on the platform around that too. So it's really about helping people kind of get curious about themselves and think about what they want and how they can kind of move into this new phase
Yeah.
in the best way for themselves. So as I said, some days, and I sound like I have it all solved. I don't. That's the other thing too. It's like once you're divorced, especially if you're co-parenting, the challenges never go away. So how do you navigate those as well? So we really hit it all in that last phase, and I'm hoping that we have a lot of people, as I mentioned, in that early stage and in the thick of it, that they continue to stay with us because there's just
Yeah.
so an opportunity for content and community there as well.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
people in the thick of it, like look to people like Tamara that are in that next chapter
Mm-hmm.
that,
Sure.
redesigning your space and your routines and your mindset are just all part of that healing. And if you could jump in and do that while you're in the thick of it, it's just brings a whole new energy. And, you're really not rebuilding from scratch, you're redesigning from experience.
Totally.
And, that's
Yeah.
it's a big difference.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
you talk
is.
about that a lot, Shari, actually taking advantage of that later stage content. Because as you said earlier, like it's such a journey. Like how long has your
Hmm.
divorce now been going on? A few years.
2 years.
So 2 years. So it's like you can't get, I mean, sometimes if you stay stuck in that mode too, then it's tricky. And it's an
Yeah.
opportunity even while you're in it to start to think about these things.
Right. And that's just 2 years in the system, like in the court system. It's,
Right.
starts
Yeah.
before that, as a lot of people in the divorce curious stage, definitely know where you even
Yeah.
Absolutely.
file.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you find that the work that you did in your divorce curious stage had any impact on, like, once the bomb was dropped and it started rolling down the hill, as it were? Of,
Yeah. I mean, for me, definitely, because I like the scripts. I was really nervous about like how are we going to tell the kids? I was nervous about really how to, in my situation, I was the one that was prompting the divorce. And so it was like, I knew this was going to happen and I was preparing. And it's like, how was I going to tell him so that
mm-hmm,
he could really like retain that this was going to be happening.
mm-hmm.
And then the scripts of like how to tell your kids are just was everything for me because I was just really scared.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget that moment. And that day was one of the hardest days of my life. And those
Same.
that told me your kids will be fine, I didn't believe that until after I could actually see it. So like we can
Yeah.
tell everybody
Mm-hmm.
that like don't worry, like that hard moment, like it's a hard and you'll rip the band-aid, but like you will be okay and your kids will be okay. And now while I'm still in it, I see that clearly. And just having that script, truly that script that I memorized, I even like had a cheat sheet that like I had on my phone and I put it in the
Yes.
notes. And then if they
Yeah.
asked me these kind of questions, these were my talking points. So as they were talking to me, I was kind of like glancing at my cheat sheet. Like it helps. We needed that. So um so much helps in the curious stage. You plan
Yeah.
and like be like intentional and in a journey that can have be a roller coaster at times and surprise you with those twists and turns. Like we do have stuff that'll help you prepare in the best way possible. Someone within our community has been there before,
Yeah.
if not many.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Um, So, what else do you guys want to know? Like, what's next for my next chapter? It started out as a free community. Now there is
Mhm.
the paid premium version where
Yeah.
you get access, one-on-one connection with a coach and all the other experts. How is that expansion going so far? And like, where do you see this going in the future?
Yeah. So as you said, we started with as a free platform and we continue to be. That's really important to us. Our core membership is free. We want people to get in there and be able to use a lot of the basic resources and know that it's vetted and expert driven. And people get stuck in these holes on ChatGPT and the web and not knowing what's right and what's not. This is go to mynextchapter.com, join core for free. You can get the content on there and a lot more in terms of just personal examples, clinical examples. So that's out there. And then, as you said, I mean, we have this premium membership that we work, Kate, with you on, which has been huge in terms of allowing us to not only offer the basic resources or essential resources that we offer on My Next Chapter, but also more personalized support. And we intend to grow that as well. And we're looking to continue to work with others, different companies and partners and organizations that can allow us to reach more people, both with our core membership as well as our premium membership. There's definitely growing demand for a lot of different areas that we're focused on. We had mentioned finance, building out more in that category,
Mm,
a lot around sort of identity and confidence and people who are in later stages of life and getting divorced. How can we serve them? And really, at the end of the day, we just want to continue to um, stay focused on our values and being the most trusted source out there for anything and everything related to anything from marital uncertainty all the way through post divorce. So we can help more people. We want to help as many people as possible in this life transition.
hmm.
And so we're continuing to evolve with that mentality and always looking to kind of bring in others that can help expand our knowledge and expertise like you and others. So
Awesome.
That's where we are.
I'm
We're excited. We're just at the beginning. I mean, it's
I'm
amazing.
excited to be a part of it. And one of the things that like I think it's really important to know that like the premium offer, the premium option that is has the one-on-one coaching and
Yes,
access to all of the legal and financial experts, it's $99 a month.
I know. It's crazy.
And because we all love a good code, um, that I have a 30% off the first month code if you sign up with for the premium using the code DSG. The first month is $69. So, I mean, the amount of content, the amount of
Yeah,
access, and all of that is it's pretty spectacular for
yeah.
that price.
Thank
I
you.
mean, I
Yeah,
hate to
our members,
even.
the member I spoke to today was like, I cannot believe this. Like, I've been waiting for this. And yeah, I mean, we have that mindset of like wanting to help as many people as we can. And this is the time I think to participate and get in and join as
Yeah,
we sort
really,
of
guys,
grow.
get in on the ground floor.
Yeah,
Y'all are
exactly.
gonna put me
Because
out of
we're
business. I don't
looking.
know why we're down.
Now
No, it's
we're
great.
expanding. You're in the community.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I
Exactly.
do. Yeah, I'm completely joking because um, I think I too want people to have access to this
Yeah,
work. I want as many
yeah,
people as possible to have access to this work, and working with me one on one is not accessible to everybody, and so fine. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I think
I
It's a
think the
good, it's a
price
good,
is
not exact. I mean, yeah,
yeah,
I think
go
the
ahead.
price
Sorry,
is like
Paul.
15 minutes with my lawyer.
yeah, right, exactly. Oh,
I know. Yeah,
if
yeah.
I
that,
mean,
Sherry, maybe
I
five,
And
know.
it's going to
right? I
save,
mean,
Or
and it's going to save you, not only is it 15 minutes of the price, but it's going to save you hours and hours of cost. So
hours and hours and hours and
yeah,
hours.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
divorce
yeah,
coaching at its base is, I mean, with a good divorce coach,
yes,
um, uh, is going to save you so much money.
exactly.
Like it doesn't matter. Women who work with me have said I've saved them hundreds of thousands of dollars,
Oh
not
yeah.
just on
Yeah,
the legal fees, but on the things that they knew to ask for that they didn't know to ask for before. Like, so this is real. This
yes,
Yeah.
is real. And for 99
yeah,
bucks a month, cannot be beat.
Yeah. It's just such an
exactly,
emotional
exactly.
time too. And I find like if
Yeah,
you don't have the resources and community, then you may use your lawyer as your therapist. And they don't need all that detail. They don't need all that information.
they
Like,
Yeah,
so
don't.
it's like,
right.
how can
I
we
Yep. And
help
spent
you be
also,
prepared?
and why
mhm.
not go into that first session with your attorney with what you need? And then you don't need to have two other sessions doing that same thing. And
That's
there are
right.
lots of ways that we can help people. So,
Yeah,
and yeah,
absolutely. Yep. Is there anything else that you guys want to share with our audience?
I think we
I,
got it. I love this chat, Kate. I love chatting with you. The two of you
I
guys, it's
know.
fun.
it's so
I know. It
fun.
is
I
great. I
know.
love it,
Maybe
and I
we'll
love
come
what you
back
guys are
with some
doing.
like member stories too. That would be cool at some
Yeah.
point.
I listen,
Yeah.
I love this platform. I am honored to be a part of it and, really grateful that you guys have, shared it with me and brought me into it. And I love Mariana. We had the best time on the show. We were like, when we hung up, when we like when we hit, when I stopped recording, we were like, oh my God, I love you.
She's our mental health expert, by the way, and Mariana and Kate tag teamed on all the emotional and mental health support in the premium
Yeah.
program. So
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
have quite the duo there for that. We're very
Quite the
blessed.
team. It's
Absolutely.
Yeah,
so
And
good.
for those that know about my next chapter too, I mean, we're constantly adding new tools, new resources. There's live virtual events all the time, new expert content. So it's something you want to, keep coming back to. And for those that are not yet familiar, haven't checked us out yet, definitely engage early because the more that we could resources and tools that we can give you, the earlier reach out for support, the better it could shape your outcome. So help it so you're not reacting to it.
Yep. And it's just
Yeah.
mynextchapter.com, right?
Yep.
yep. Mynextchapter.com. That's it.
All right. Tamara and Sherry, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Kate.
Adore you
Thank you so
We
guys.
love
much.
you. You're
Same.
the best. Mwah. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.